Hello, my people. Okay, today's video is going to be basically a life update and hopefully you guys like it. So, a few weeks ago, someone commented on one of my old life update videos and they made a comment and it made me want to rewatch the whole thing, and it made me realize, like, wow, my life is different, and I thought it was time for me to do a new life update video, just kind of talk about where I am now, what's going on in my life, just a little personal video, you know, a little opening up going on. Also, a big update is that I got a new channel name. Okay, so formerly known as The Beauty Trend, we are now called Living with Lippy. And the reason I decided on that name is because I know a lot of my videos are not 100% beauty related, and it's more just me like filming videos that genuinely make me happy, so it's just like Living with Lippy. So hopefully you guys like the channel name, let me know in the comments, but more importantly, let's do a life update. Another reason I want to do a life update is because I turned 23 in a few days. I was going to say a few weeks, but in a few days, and I feel like my life is so incredibly different than it was 1 year ago. And I thought this would be just a great little video to film for myself, maybe help you guys out too, potentially, but really just give myself a little timestamp of like, this is where I was at this point in my life. And so here we are today, being all vulnerable and opening up. So hopefully you guys appreciate that, because it is not easy. It's genuinely super hard, because the easy part honestly is opening up to the people I don't know. It's just talking to a camera and just like putting yourself on the internet. But something I kind of forget is that people I know in real life see my videos, people that I don't talk to on a regular basis and people that I do talk to on a regular basis. There's just some people that watch this and then I'm like, oh shoot, they really know about my life now. So here we are, filming it, being vulnerable. Let's do it. 6 months ago, I was not at my peak. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was going through some stuff. And that was because I graduated, I started a new job. I was just really trying to get my footing. Most importantly, I lost very important people in my life at that point. And surprise, those people are still not really in my life. So this is me saying that even though those people are in my life, I am the happiest I've been in a really long time right now in my life. And it kind of took me a minute to realize that, because I felt like I was going through so much of like losing people I cared about, that pain when you just, you know, you're basically mourning someone that's still alive. And so I was going through that, and then one day it kind of just hit me, like recently. This was not even like, you know, months ago. This was recently. Like, it really hit me where I was like, wow, you're not doing that bad in your life. Honestly, I'm so grateful to have the people I have in my life. A lot of them being my coworkers, and I know some of my coworkers watch this. Hello, Jesse. Yeah, I don't know, like, the people in my life have really made a difference in who I am right now and how I feel. And I've developed some really close friendships with people that I have been really close with, but I've like taken it to the next level. And honestly, in college, it was just hard to make it work with schedules. But now that my schedule is more consistent and that other people kind of have similar schedules, it's a lot easier just to make plans and hang out. And it's made my life a lot happier. And I feel like I hang out with a variety of people, and I'm always trying to be social and like do something with someone. And that's personally something that has helped me and made me just like really grateful for the people I have in my life. So if you're one of them, thank you. Like, for real, thank you. Something else that has really helped me in my life is setting goals and planning. And so I talked about how I created a bucket list and a goal list for 2019 in my last video. I have definitely not accomplished all those things on my list, but I feel like I strive every day to live like I would on that list, if that makes sense. Like, I live in a way where I feel like I am evolving and like trying to go towards my goals and the bucket list items, and I make plans around it. And I feel like that has been very like rewarding and comforting for me, because it's something that I've been a very goal oriented person, so making these goals have helped me, you know, be happy because I can like check it off. I also don't remember if I even talked about this, but I made a list of things that make me happy a few months ago, and I genuinely realized it's like maybe last week, I'm literally living that list. Like, these things that make me happy, which are simple, like travel and home decorating, which you can't tell, but I got a new rug and I'm going to put stuff on this wall. But home decorating, I'm in the process of redecorating my room right now. food, your girl's always eating. I literally put just cheese on there. But planning, I literally have everything on my phone so I can look at it. But these things that I wrote on my list are actually not purposefully, but what I have been doing in my day-to-day. Buying myself fresh flowers because I put flowers on there, so I'm always getting flowers now. I have plants in my living room, like that all made me really happy. Cooking with friends, I do that now. Just hanging out with animals. My friends are now getting dogs, so I like hanging out with their dogs. And so all these things that I wrote on my list of things that make me happy, which I made because I didn't know what made me happy. I literally wrote it down because I was like, what makes me happy? And the fact that I'm living that list now is like crazy and really rewarding and incredible to me. So I encourage you guys, like if you're kind of lost, to just write things that make you happy and like strive to work towards that. Like try to do those things because it's genuinely just gonna like boost you up and make you happy. I know everyone's personality is different, and like these are things that helped me, so hopefully there are things and tips and tricks that can help you. But if you're in like a weird place, I definitely recommend like setting goals for yourself, like very easy goals. It could be literally like buy a plant and don't let it die. Just like things that you want to do, and it doesn't have to be academic or work related. It could just be life related, because you know what? We got one life. We gotta go live it to its fullest potential. So yes, that's why I've been traveling a lot, because you know, I've always wanted to travel, but I've also faced a lot of my fears. So big anxieties. Like if you guys don't know, I'm a very anxious person, and that's always been something I struggled with. So traveling has always scared the crap out of me. Traveling alone. I took a flight to London by myself. I mean, I met friends there, but like genuinely, like if someone told me that I was gonna do that a year ago, I would bet money I would not be doing that. But I did it. And driving still scares me, but there's this thing I do where it's like 3, 2, 1, and I do it. Like I don't think about it anymore. So like if I have to go somewhere, I like just put it in the location, like start driving. Still don't drive on highways, but I do drive a lot more, because this time last year I was not driving at all, like not even to the grocery store. But now I drive to my parents' house, and I drive to my doctor's appointments and my hair appointments and this and that and work, and like I am proud of myself. There's some growth. So if you're scared of something, don't think about it and just do it, as stupid as that sounds. But like the more you think about it, and the more you're gonna like amp yourself up. So just like do it. But like right now in my life, I still feel like there's a lot of growth that is supposed to happen. Like I've grown so incredibly much, but like my journey is not complete. Like I have not reached that like peak happiness. Like I feel like I'm striving towards it because I'm really happy. But I mean, life is not perfect, and I'm not saying everything has been uphill since 6 months ago, because some crappy things have happened and I've learned a lot of lessons. But I have written down quotes and things that I've been saying in my life lately that kind of make me feel like everything makes a little bit more sense. So one thing that I wrote down was change is a thing. I use this at work all the time just because there's so much change that occurs at work. So I'm always like, change is a thing, change is a thing. I believe it in my life. Change is such a big thing. It's the only constant thing. So change is the only constant thing. I got that from a podcast. Change is the only constant thing. But I also was told this advice from someone, and I thought it was very true. If you're waiting till you're ready, then you've waited too long. Absolutely. If you're waiting to be comfortable, then it's not even worth it, because you're not growing. So if you're waiting till you're ready, don't, and just do it. So if you're thinking about doing something, don't be stupid, but like if you're thinking about something, just like do it. Like, what is the worst thing that can happen? Yeah, one thing that I'm scared about is potentially moving out of the state that I am in now. Like, I've been here since I've been born, but I definitely have some thoughts in the back of my head of like getting out of here and trying something new. And I kind of don't know when I'm going to do that, but maybe it's some advice I should take and not wait for me to be ready. I don't really know. It's just something in my head. It kind of scares me. Meh. But I love my life right now, so I don't think it's something I want to pick up and just give up in this moment. If something is meant to be, then it will happen. I truly believe I'm the type of girl that once I want something, like I'll go after it. But sometimes I need to take a step back and realize, like, if something is supposed to be, it will be. And it might not be immediately. So, like, I think if something's supposed to work out, it might take months, it might take years, it might take who knows how long, because I don't. But if it's supposed to happen, it will. So you shouldn't worry about it. You shouldn't live your life like you're waiting for something to happen. That's something I personally am waiting on. Sometimes I feel like I'm just like waiting for something to happen, but it doesn't. and then I get upset, but then I realize like I should not be living my life waiting for something, someone else, for any of that. Just gotta just go live your life, and if something's supposed to happen, it'll come back to you eventually. And that's something that I like remember and tell myself, and it kind of makes it, I don't know, makes things feel better. When people leave, it allows for other people to come in. Take that how you may, whatever you want to take, in a friendship way, relationship way, whatever way. But I truly believe like when people walk out, or like when people decide to leave, that's okay. You should let them, because that means other people are like, they're gonna come into your life and potentially make it amazing. I think it's so funny because I get so excited when we get a new person at work, because I'm like, oh, new people, and my coworkers are like, girl, you crazy. And it's because like I get so much energy from meeting new people and like learning all about them and understanding who they are. Like it makes me really happy, and so I like that one a lot. Like when people that are not serving you in your life anymore, that are bringing you down or not making you happy, let them go, because then you can get some real cool people in your life that can potentially make everything really amazing and really exciting. Don't just let go of everyone though, because there's like some key people that have supported you and been there for you, and don't forget about them either. Like don't only make new friends, definitely like nurture your like true, friendships as well. Things that have helped me in life: setting goals. I've talked about this. Planning. I have a planner, and I'm not a big journal person. I don't write in a journal. But what I do sometimes in my planner, I will write like things I have to do that day, and like fun things I'm doing, so that way a year from now I can be like, oh, this is exactly what I was doing. But I will also sometimes put my emotional thoughts into this planner, so it's kind of like a journal, but I'll be like, I'm feeling like this today, or like I'm really happy, or I'm really sad, or whatever. And I think it's like a really good outlet. I will also write a bunch of notes on my phone, and I have been known to like do little life updates, like August 12th, I'm feeling this way, like little tidbits of like, this is where my life's at. And so far I like it, and I think it's really interesting because I've been able to see myself grow. You guys want to know something fun? I actually went and saw a psychic, and I don't know how much I genuinely believe in it, but I thought it was really fun and just kind of gave me like, I don't know, I kind of recommend it. I got a Groupon for it and I enjoyed it. I don't really want to talk about like what she told me, just because I do feel like it is, I don't know, it's just very personal, like too personal to be sharing on the internet, but I thought it was real fun and I recommend it. Something that I've come to terms with is that in the past, I've messed up. Like when I talk about like I've lost people and like life has changed, like some of that was my fault. Like it is not anyone else's. Okay, no, it was a little bit their fault. It's like mutually people's fault, but I'm just saying like I'm here to take the blame for some of it. But what I also realize is that like what you need to understand is like you should, I don't know, this is how I feel. Like you should try to live your life in a good way where you feel like you're doing the morally correct thing. But if you make mistakes, like you are human. That is normal. As long as you're intentionally not trying to hurt someone, or like you're not maliciously doing anything to anyone else, I feel like you're okay. I think you need to be aware of what you're doing. But if everyone makes mistakes, and if you accidentally like hurt someone's feelings, as long as you didn't do that on purpose, then you're okay. You're not a bad person. I think I struggle with like people's emotions. I'm very empathetic, and so anytime I feel like I'm hurting someone else like emotionally, I feel terrible about it, and I put it on myself, and I'm like, why'd you do this? Like, why are you making someone else feel this way? But something you gotta realize is that like if you're not trying to hurt someone and you accidentally do, like it's okay. Like you did not mean to, and you need to move on with your life and just grow and like try not to put yourself in sticky situations anymore. Volunteering has helped me a lot. I feel like it gives me a little bit of purpose. I volunteer once a month at a food bank, and I do it with a group of people, and I thoroughly enjoy it. And I just make sure I'm free like that day out of the month, and I just do it. And I'm tired, and it's hard sometimes. It's hard work sometimes, but it's really rewarding and nice, and it feels like you're given to the world, you know? You are allowed to be selfish. Okay, let me talk about this. These last 6 months, I have been incredibly selfish for myself, like what I want. And that's because I haven't really had to, this sounds bad, but like think about anyone else. Take that as you may. I don't like talking about my relationship stuff, but I have been able to really just focus on Lippy and what she wants. And this year of growing has been based on like things that make me happy. And so I gotta be selfish. If I want to go on a trip and it's at this location, I don't gotta think about anyone else. I gotta find someone to go with me because I don't like traveling alone. But like my point is like I can go and do that. If I want to go eat at this restaurant, I can go get some fast takeout food and go eat it by myself if I want to. If I want to watch this movie, I can watch it by myself. If I want to cook this, go to this grocery store, spend 10 hours at the grocery store if I wanted to because I'm crazy. I would not spend 10 hours, but I've been known to spend a lot of time at grocery stores. But I can do that because I don't have anyone else waiting on me. I can buy this furniture that I've been looking for months and not feel rushed buying it because I don't have anyone waiting around and like, girl, are you done looking that chair up? Because I will research things just like stupid things like that. Like I've been able to be incredibly selfish because I have time for me. I basically had to do whatever makes me happy and I don't have to worry about anyone else. And I think in this time of my life, in my 20s, my young 20s, like that's okay. That everyone has their own timeline. It is okay to only watch out for yourself and like things that make you happy as long as you are not hurting other people and as long as you're not like being like bratty, like I have to go do this and what my opinion is the only one that matters. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying go live your life, be happy, do the things that you want to do for yourself and go live it because you have the time, you have the ability to do it and just like look out for yourself. This has been a very selfish 6 months and I don't mean it in a bad way, but I mean it in a what does Lippy want to do, go after it type of way. But take other people's emotions into consideration, okay? Something I've learned is it should be easy. Again, take that as what you may. Like, it just should be easy. Like, friendships, whatever ships should be easy. And if they're not, that's maybe something you should, like, wonder why it's not easy. I mean, life is not always easy, but I think some things just should be easy and it shouldn't be complicated and emotional. And if it is, maybe you reevaluate it and be like, is this really helping me? Am I happy with all of this stress, or could I walk away and potentially be a lot happier? Travel while you are young. You girls, guys, whatever. Just like go explore the world. Do what you can because personally for me, I know when I get older, I'm going to have a lot more expenses. I might have a house bill or have to pay for a car payment. But right now, I literally only pay for rent. I'm very lucky and I don't have debt from college. And so I'm just taking a lot of this money. I'm saving it, but I'm also putting some aside for traveling because it's just easier to do right now because I don't have any other obligations, to be honest, besides work. Working is important. Figure out your fears and then go do it. Again, driving, just go do it. It's scared. I'm honestly telling you, like, biggest fear. And I'm not perfect. I hate driving, but I will still, like, kind of go do it. Podcasts help me out so much just because I thought I was this emotional, sappy person, like, hence can you, like, hear it from me? And what I'm telling you guys now is literally what I think about, like, all the time. And then I listened to podcasts and I was like, wow, there's people out there that are just as emotional and deep in thought about these weird things like I am. So, some of the podcasts I like, one is called Oh Honey. Literally, it's these random girls from college, I think, and they just, like, posted, like, one season of this podcast. Absolutely love it. Oh Honey. The Remy and Alicia podcast, pretty basic. Like, I love that one. And then the one with Katie Bellotti is the one I've been listening to right now, which is, what is it? Through Thick and Thin. Thick and Thin. So I really like those three. They're my top faves, what I've been listening to. Reading has helped me a lot. I don't know. I just feel very satisfied when I read another book, so reading has been really great for me. If I'm being honest, I don't think, in this past year, I do not think ever in my life I've grown so much emotionally than I have now. Like, I feel like I've been through some stuff emotionally, but I also feel like I have grown so much. And, like, when I say I'm happy and everything, I am happy, but that does not mean I don't get sad. That does not mean I don't go through stuff and I'm not like everything's perfect. Like, I'm still a very emotional, empathetic person. I am a Cancer. If you guys know anything about Cancers, you know she emotional. I'm emotional. But I just feel like everything's gonna like okay. Like, I just have this hope of like everything's gonna be okay. Like, you're good. I've just learned so much. Like, I don't know. This has been a very transformative year of my life. And it's been good. It's been great. It's been scary and it's been terrible at the same time. But since the new year, it's been pretty good. Like it's been hard, but more like this where I'm at right now in my life, like this moment, this feeling I have right now makes all that kind of seem worth it, because I feel like I'm such a stronger person than I was before. Definitely stronger than I was before. And I've challenged myself on the things that make my life hard, the things that scare me. I've challenged myself and like kind of forced myself to do my own thing and be independent. I have never been this independent. I am a badass. You know, I don't like cussing on camera, but I just feel like, I don't know, I'm happy. And I have so much I can still work on. Like, that's the cool thing about yourself is, like, if you don't like something, you have the ability to change it. So, like, I definitely recommend taking this time to just, like, work on you. And I don't know. Like, everyone's life is different. But this is where my life is. I'm only having to worry about myself right now. And so I've taken this time to really just focus on the things that make me happy and things that I feel like are allowing me to get to the person I want to be. Like, who do I want to be? That person you want yourself to be, like, go after it and go do it. At this point, I'm just being emotional and sappy and vulnerable, and this is going to be hard because, like I said, real people are going to watch this. But I really feel like I've just kind of said everything I've needed to say. I don't really know what else there is left. If you guys have questions, leave it in the comments down below. If you guys have, like, just let me know what you guys are going through also, because I appreciated it when you guys did in the last video a lot, actually. It meant so much to me. But here I am. I'm about to be 23. Life is not perfect at all, but I feel like since I turned 22, I've grown so much, I've gone through so much, I've challenged myself, and because of all of that challenging, I feel like I'm gonna be okay. Like, I've grown, and I know if I ever have to grow this much again, I can do it. So here we are. I don't know what the future holds at all, but I hope it's good, and I hope I keep working to becoming, like, keep working on myself and, like, becoming the person I want to be, the person that I want other people to know and see, and just, yeah, that's about it. Okay, well, I will see you guys next week. Bye, guys.